Hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of building a vintage look electric fireplace. Let's recap where we are. What we've done so far is we built the platform and come up with a better design and a better plan for what we should ultimately be doing here. Now, what's so important about the platform is this thing's got to hold about 800 pounds. So I'm glad we built it overkill style, because what we've decided is instead of tiling, we're going to use a giant piece of granite, not really granite, a black marble kind of slab, instead of doing the tile work. This will save us a lot of time. It's also a lot easier. We just had to we went to a granite recycling place where they recycle old countertops, and they had a piece large enough that was in a dark enough color, which is essentially black, that I thought would work well. We ordered that. So it took 2 weeks for it to arrive. So we're going to pick up probably 2 weeks after we built the platform, and with the slab we can then build the frame that the antique fireplace mantle is going to attach to. So I think you're going to love this thing in this video. You're going to see it really come into its own and really understand what my crazy idea really is. And I think it's interesting because Tyrone really didn't understand what I was trying to do when I first approached him with the idea, so he gets to see it as well. And so I think you're going to love it. And hey, let's not waste any more time. Let's get busy. Hogsy. Being attacked. So what we're discussing is, and Tyrone can probably describe this a little bit better. We're waiting for a granite base. So the floor, even though you're only going to see maybe half of it exposed, we decided it would be easier to just go with a big piece of granite, which isn't here yet and will probably take a week or two to arrive. So we're building it in pieces, and we're kind of deciding how we're going to assemble it. So today we're going to basically build all the pieces. We're going to build the sides. Yeah. Let's put the mantle in place, and then we can better explain it. Aren't you glad I drew those now?
I don't have to do them.
Okay, so this is how it's going to sit. Yeah. And so we're building the sides. I'm not really sure. Let me make sure we can see it. You can describe the sides. Yeah. Make sure we're in frame. Yeah, we're in frame. Yeah. So this is how it's going to sit. The granite goes on top of here. We're going to make luan.
Yeah, the luan paneling.
For the paneling underneath, and probably just trim it off with a little corner round or something. Yeah. And then we're going to build frames to go up a little higher than this, and then cut in here. I think.
So we'll go up about 2 inches above the top of that.
Above the frame will go about here
on either side, and then we'll mimic the chimney over the fireplace end. Also up about there, and then we'll go at an angle back to the bottom of the...
Yeah. So the reason for this is to make it, again, look like it's always been here.
Yeah.
And by cutting the angle, we don't have to cut into the crown molding at all. Yeah. And it makes it look like the chimney just goes up and over. And the frames will basically be in here.
Yeah, right. So we'll probably come about 1/4 inch into the final luan. So the outside of the luan will be will be either 1/4 inch in, or you can go flush.
Got to go out. Yeah, so it can't go in. If it goes in, it's going to look like this was just bolted onto something. Okay. So it's got to come out. And it can come out 2 inches if we want. If we want to just put a strip of something here, but it has to be wider than this by at least 1/4 inch.
Okay.
And then we have to build a box, which will be where the electric fireplace unit goes.
That'll be all the
So what we're doing outside now is we're building the frames. All right.
I'll have to drill a hole through that granite.
Yeah.
For the electrical.
Why?
Oh, we could go through the
drywall. Through the wall.
We could come up. I could take out a piece of the wood.
We're taking this
that out. Yep.
Baseboard out.
Yep,
so. I do want to have an outlet out here, so we'll replace an outlet here, and we'll put another one in here. Hell, you know, a really good idea would be to put another one in the side or a switch for this outlet. Remember what we did in the cabin?
Yeah.
We had a switch on, I think, the right side.
Yeah.
But if we have a switch on the right side that controls that, rather than having to reach in to turn the fireplace unit on, you can just...
Okay.
So, see, we're constantly making additions and raising the budget and the time it's going to take.
Well, the thing is, they don't have the stuff in a book. So either you got to have an imagination, or you got to work at Publix or something. Maybe Home Depot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, let's get back to the sides.
Okay.
All right, so this is a fully built side panel.
All right. These come out just a little bit. There, nasty.
Good, baby.
Just get rid of that just a bit.
How far are you going in?
So right there. So I'm not pushing it all the way in because it's got to sit with a flush at the back of the base. So you want to sit flush with the back of the base. Okay. And then that's our 12 inches. Now, that'll be fine. Now,
Okay.
now we can either come to here, but then I'm going to put a strip of glue on there.
Or
But maybe we should.
what if we just put a corner molding? What if we go to there and use a 1-inch corner molding
Yeah.
around, and the luan will go
And they
on.
go over the luan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine,
Then we
that's
connect-
fine.
Then we can butt it right up against this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. That'll look good.
Okay. Cut a piece, and that's what we're going to use for the middle there.
Yeah. You want to put that on first?
So yeah, we can put that on first, then we'll get a final measurement. Yeah.
Okay.
No worries. Yeah, no worries, bro.
Going inside?
Yeah. Just like it. Okay.
Yeah, we're good on the bottom too.
It's a strong one.
We'll just pick it up and put it down on the end, and then we'll tilt it back.
Oh, this is so awkward.
It is. There isn't a great way to grab it. Here, I guess.
Yeah.
Put it down. Okay. Hopefully these sideboards can hold the weight. I think they can. Okay, bring it down to the bottom.
Yeah.
So this next step, what we're doing is we're going to put the boards that are going to support it across. We laid it down just so we can see, so we know exactly where to put them.
Put one in here as a temporary measure. But ultimately it's going to go, and I would too, let's do that. We could do the very bottom as a temporary measure,
Yeah.
and then when we're done, just take it out.
Just take it out, yeah.
We can then move it to from there to the top here, which it's going to have a screw there, right? So yeah, let me go cut one there. So what is it, 53.5 plus 7?
All right, I'm going to get some clips and take that nail out
Okay.
before it stabs somebody. Okay, we got the frame, the bottom supported, and I'm ready to lift that thing again and put it back in, or is there something else we got to do at this point?
Well, the other thing we could do is maybe put a 45 brace there, but this is getting connected to the wall, so I can
It is getting
I
connected to the wall.
can get it all leveled and all that kind of stuff. So, and that's pretty much what it is. It just has to come this way. It looks like a little bit. See there?
Yeah. But that'll work well when we put the ankles to that.
When we finalize the base, it'll all be level. Then that'll go in. It'll all be level and connected. Then he'll go against there and connect it.
All right, you want to leave that there and cut the glue on now with it like this?
Do it all last. Well, I'll do it all together.
Okay. So what's the next
All
step?
together. So let me.
We put plywood up top.
I think yeah.
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 I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do the plywood on top. It'll take it up another ½ inch, which is not a big deal.
Yeah, that's okay. The higher it is, the more it's going to make sense,
Yeah.
because these weren't built into a wall. They were attached to a frame that was around the chimney. So it'll look fine if it's
Yeah.
higher.
So we'll get a piece of plywood on there now, and then I'll work out the chimney part. Because the chimney part's going to come from like there, straight back.
Yeah. And it's not, like I said, it doesn't have to be like any specific, whatever seems to work. It has to be wider than this. But here is fine, you know,
Yeah.
because the chimneys on these old houses might be this wide, but inside a lot of times they were significantly smaller.
Yeah, because, alright, so we've got 12 inches by 61 3/8. So I'm good
Okay,
here.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, yeah, good idea, that worked. All right.
It's a farter. It's farting all over the place. Okay.
Move there. All right, so from here, we are about, yep, 16, about 16 inches. So if we drop it to 14,
Yeah.
we'll be golden. So 36
36
by
by 14.
So this, what we're talking about doing here is from the top, right above the mantle, we're gonna build a frame that's at an angle. So if you were to imagine this was an actual fireplace, you would imagine the smoke would go up and into the chimney. And that's why we're doing this extra step. For mounting the mantle, none of this step is necessary, but to make it look like it's always been part of the home and that it was a functioning fireplace at one point, that's why we're doing this step.
Yeah. What I think I'm going to do, Matt, is I'm going to drop it short by like an inch. So I'll go 11 by 14.
Yeah, you don't need to come out to here.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go back. I'm going to
Yeah.
drop it back an inch.
Because we may put a corner molding up here anyway.
Correct.
So yeah.
Correct.
How wide is this thing?
12 inches exactly.
So you're gonna go 11?
11 and
Yeah.
back.
Yep, makes sense.
11 and back.
Hopefully we only have to do this a couple more times. I always worry that every time we do this, everything's getting looser.
Yeah.
I'm about right here.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so now, did I shut this off or is it running? It's still running. Okay, so now we can better describe how this would work. Let me back up just a little
No,
bit
that's
more.
going to look good. That's going to look good.
So now you can see the frame, and so if you were to imagine, this is your firebox in here, right? So your fire, you've got your chimney, you're gonna have your mirror here, but your chimney would be here, and a lot of these, the flue would be here, and then it would angle back. But what we're gonna do is, because this isn't an actual architectural detail factory with the house in 1919, we're gonna put the angle up top. So you're gonna be able to follow, your eyes will follow that there's a natural path for the smoke to go up. I don't know anything else really I can say about it. It's just, it's fake,
Yeah.
but it's made to look, the goal here,
It's fake real.
yeah, what we're trying to do is to make it look like it's always been in the house.
Yeah.
And that's why it was important to get an actual mantle that was 100 years old or more. This looks very late 19th century. It's very hard to tell, but it really does not look Art Deco at all. And this house is 1919, so it's kind of a little bit pre-Art Deco, but it looks about right. It could be in the house, maybe not. It's right around, I'd say give or take 20 years is when this thing was made to the age of the house. But it looks good.
Yeah, the lure will be nice.
Yeah, because it looks so
Because that stain that I got in there.
Yeah, if you want to bring the luan in and leave it
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so here's what we're going to use to trim it. And on these sides,
Wow, that is so super close.
this is what stain did you use on this?
This is
It's not provincial.
no, this is Old Mission Brown.
Old Mission Brown. Look at how close it is.
Yeah.
Kind of tough to say.
And,
With the way the light's reflecting off this, and this is kind of in the shade.
Yeah.
But there's different, this isn't all the same. You've got tiger oak here, I think, and that looks like oak maybe?
yeah.
And I'm not sure what that is, but it's not oak.
This seems to resemble that very close.
Right, this luan resembles this stuff. It's probably the closest, which is good.
Okay. And for the people that don't know what Luan is probably the thinnest board you can find. It's 3/16 of an inch thick.
It's finished on both sides too, huh?
It's finished on both
So
sides.
if you screw up on this side, you got another side to do.
Well, no, this side's stained. I didn't stain this.
Well, that's what I mean, but if this stain looked terrible, we could have stained the other side.
No, Luan will come in this color as well as white. And it's really made for paneling.
Yep.
You can do anything with it. I make all my templates out of it.
Yeah,
And this
that's
was meant for
actually
my bar, and I chose a different way. So, I mean, will it really make huge difference if it went sideways?
Probably not. I think aesthetically I'd prefer the grain was up, but does it make a huge difference? No. That's what we were originally planning, is that the grain would be sideways.
Yeah, because it'll be up with the matching that grain.
Yeah,
This grain here is going left to right, you see?
Yeah, I know, it's funny.
And so is this one here.
I know.
So to do it, it might match.
But see, so here's my logic and why I like the grain up for this, because if this were suspended by columns, they would be vertical.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, the grain looks stronger if it's vertical, but it really doesn't matter. I can't say, like the door. See the door? The grain is vertical.
Vertical, horizontal.
Don't point that out. All right. All right. That's it for today. Want to go have lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can go have lunch.
All right. Good job for the day.
Yeah, so that's a good start. Let me write down that stuff right there.
Okay. The granite slab, not really granite, but the slab has arrived. We've got the chimney piece built, and our next step is we're going to do the electricals. And so the plan is that there's an outlet back here. We're going to move and relocate that to here. And we're going to put a switch, and the switch will control the outlet inside for the fireplace unit, and also an outlet up at the very top up here. So in case we ever want to put like Christmas lights or something like that up there, we don't have to run a wire down the side. Okay, to get the baseboard removed so that this platform will fit tight, we're going to cut right across. You see we've got it marked, and we're going to have to cut the chair rail as well. And so Tyrone's going to use an oscillating tool to do that, which is an extremely loud tool. Now let's get a close-up of that. And what kind of blade you got on that? That's just a regular wood blade.
It's like a little wood blade, wood and metal.
All right, so
you never know where nails are.
all right, go to it, and when I edit this, I'll be turning the volume down because these things are loud.
All right.
Now watch the wires. See, that's what I brought this for.
Ah.
That stuff's been there for how long? 100 years? 104 years probably? Although not necessarily, because we've got sheetrock behind there, which means that somebody redid this like everything else in this house.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get that off there so it doesn't scratch the floor up. Oh, there we go. So I probably get old, boy. Your fucking knees get old too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Matt?
I know what you mean.
Yes, this is the old board.
Yeah, it's old stuff. we've noticed a couple interesting details in this. In removing this is that there definitely was something here. Tyrone, you want to point out the
Yeah,
details?
so the floor, see how the floor continues there, but then it stops down here. It's all stopped here, but yet here, it kept on going. And you can see by here, this might have been all open. I'm thinking that there was a door here.
The chimney is actually back just a few feet from there.
From there. But that looked like that could have been a doorway at some stage. Because the floor definitely continued right where that line stops and starts, and this wall has always been here.
And what about
But this here might have been a patch or something. I mean, you never
It's
know.
uniform, it's all the way down. Well, I don't know how, but somehow the camera shut off. I don't know if it ran out of memory or whatever, but... So you missed the most fun part of us dragging the granite across the floor and hoisting it up. That was a good time.
You never have to say it.
That was
They don't
exhausting.
have to be big, they just have to be strong.
But you start seeing plans coming together. All right, we're gonna take a break for a few, catch our breath. Okay, we're just marking off where the electrical boxes are gonna go. We're gonna put one right there. The switch is gonna go about here. And we've got that box marked off, so we're just gonna cut in.
Boys, try to be taller than your workpiece. Come on now. Yeah, just stick it right there. Yeah, just get your height and then we can, and then I'll take it off. And
It doesn't really matter. About here.
yeah, I tell you what.
We can use a wall outlet for reference, but the wall outlets are lower. So you get a wall outlet here.
Yeah. I'd lose my head if it was screwed on.
What are you looking for? The box?
The other box.
Yeah. So that's 44 from the floor. That might feel really low on this thing. So that seems here. I don't want to put it there. Because we want it kind of above the opening here.
Yeah.
So let's see, from the floor, it makes sense to me to be about here. So from the, okay, so from the platform, we want it about 53. So here, we got a space here. Yeah, so right above this thing, right here.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay.
Well, put it right below it. That seems better.
Right there, sure. That's what I'd say.
You might be a little high. Move down just a little bit. Nope, no, just right there.
Right about here. Ah, very good. Normally you would have mats down and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I'm sure you got to use it.
So we're using a spade bit to drill the first hole.
Yeah.
And then the jigsaw
Jigsaw.
to cut it out.
If you don't have a lot of experience using a jigsaw, go ahead and drill a hole in that corner and that corner. And you can come straight here, straight there, straight there, straight there.
Yeah, that's the way I kind of
Yeah.
used to do it, as I put 2 holes in there, not
Correct.
necessarily in corners, but
Correct. This is a $200 machine, and I can tell you right now, if you use jigsaws, well worth it. Well worth the money.
yeah, most of them will get bound up if you try to do a corner like you did with that.
Yeah, and this blade is a little bit big, but they actually make a blade that has, it's a little thinner this
teeth
way
on both sides.
and teeth on both sides, so you can go make your bend and
that
come
would be
straight back
good.
down, and then it's pretty cool.
That would be
But then
useful.
again, you know, you pay for what you get, right?
All right, all the boxes are done for the main frame. We just have to put the siding on.
Testament. Oh, we're a little small here, huh? Oh, what happened?
That's all right. We'll edit that out. We'll just say you did it perfectly.
Look, perfect fit. Damn it, man.
Yeah, just go from here and just cut right across.
That's what we're gonna do. So these are remodeling boxes. So when you remodel a house, you typically use these boxes because that's all you do is you cut that hole, and when you screw the screw in, these tabs come down,
Yep.
and these tabs screw the box to, which typically would be drywall, and then so what you do is you cut your hole out, run your wire, and then put your box in, throw your wire in, put your
I have
box
an
in.
opportunity for one of those remodeling boxes here.
So, don't try this at home, kids. Oh. So close.
So close.
So close. Oh.
Are you tight in that corner?
Yeah, go. No, that's good.
Check that.
Yeah, that's fine. You can leave your top. I'm a little shy here, which I'm fine with.
Okay, because you've got a little space here, but the trim will cover that.
Yeah. If you want to come down this way, flush, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so paneling's cut. So what we're going to do to adhere it to the frame is we're going to do 2 steps. We're going to use wood glue, which I'm going to brush on, and then we're going to nail it with finish nails, right?
Yep.
And we don't need a lot of wood glue. Probably you can water it down.
That's all you need. I'll put a bunch in.
Yeah.
Hitler's nails.
Just spread it around a little bit. Especially in the middle, because we won't have that many nails in the middle. Yeah, I should have wanted this glue down, I think.
Oh, you're right.
I know, but I'm going to use a lot more than I need to. Because the wood's just absorbing it anyway. It's very porous wood here. Alright, so what I was saying was start down here and then slide it up. Kind of take some of the glue with it. Alright. I think we're mostly good here.
Yeah, let me just set it down here. The bottom pretty just
You tight there?
yeah, because I can twist it, I can turn it.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. I'll hold it now, but it's not going anywhere.
You good? Oh, we got. We're good. Yeah. We're good. gave you the right end. Alright.
All right, same procedure. Now I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to pause the camera here. A little cleanup tip here. If you ever want to get this thing opened again, after pouring it out like that, good idea to take a wet paper towel and wipe this down. Because that glue will hold plastic pretty tight. Just so you're not gluing your cap on.
Oh, thank you. Not perfect, but I'm looking at my hole. We put the holes in the wrong bloody side.
Nope. No, we just flipped it over, so we're gonna move it.
Okay. I like to move it, move it. Where we go?
You're going counterclockwise.
Move it up. It shouldn't do there.
Well, I got handles. This is the side to have.
Yeah.
I got handles now.
Oh yeah, baby.
Alright.
Now. Now. I'll put that one just in the right spot.
Now what are we using to mount this thing to the wall?
So, I was thinking butterfly bolts.
Or if we had a cross beam and we knew where the studs were, we could put a 2x4 across and just go in that way. Butterfly bolts will hold to this stuff though. You're right.
We'll put a shim underneath there right now.
Yeah.
That'll bring it right to the wall. Because all you need is probably a couple at the time. I don't have any butterfly bolts,
Yeah.
but I can shim it up right now so it stays right there.
Well, it's fine where the studs are. We might get lucky. I mean, there's no reason why we can't.
You know, I actually have a stud finder.
Yeah, I've got one as well. Alright, let me check this side.
Check that side. Check that side. It better be level.
It better be, yeah. Go to a certain spot, it's closer. It's not perfect, but it's close.
So.
That's better. Alright, go for it.
Oh yeah, baby.
That grabbed.
Yeah, that's bad.
Try one up higher.
Yeah.
Nope. Alright.
That's fine.
We got one in low. That's good. We're good.
Get all the woodwork done. Here's the chimney. This is the chimney now. The smoke is going to go through here and invisibly go through the
I already
wall.
explained it. There will be no smoke. You got that, bro? Oh, look at how close that is. Oh!
Told you, I got a tape measure at the level.
Wow.
That's beautiful, dude.
It's a little too close because we've still got to put paneling on top of it. But I think we have enough room for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. we're in the final stages here. And what I'm going to try to do now is try to match the paneling color for this corner trim that we'll be using around the fireplace enclosure. I'm putting it on with a foam applicator. So I'm going to do the edges first. See, once it gets absorbed, it gets significantly lighter. So we're going to put multiple coats on. A little bit of this goes a long way. Oops. It absorbs so quickly that at first it looks like it's an exact match, and then it just kind of fades out. So I expect 2 to 3 coats. Technically, I would say this is still the first coat, even though I'm going over it multiple times. But let's see if what you're looking at. What angle do you have? Okay, so see, I've got to get it darker. So it's going to take a few coats, so that's okay. We got time. At this point, I'm going to pause it. You've seen pretty much all you need to see for this. I'll be back. Here's 3 coats. I'm not sure if it's enough. It's going to have to dry for a while, but it's closer. But some of it's closer than others. It's a different wood, very different grain, so it's tough to say. I'll be back after this is fully dried. It's unfortunately been raining today, so it's going to take a while. Okay, it's the next day. We've got 1 coat of this Helmsman satin is what I'm using. It'll more closely match furniture of the time. They wouldn't have had high gloss on it. It looks glossy as it goes on, but it dries. All of this already has a coat on it that I put on last night. Unfortunately, it was pretty dark when I put it on, so I probably didn't do the best job. And I gotta keep an eye on it, because this stuff can drip or run slowly. Again, I'm using the foam applicator. See? Yeah, see, so I got a little bit of a run in it. I'll have to cut around that when I'm doing the trim work. Yeah, it was just, I have lights under here, but it's not the same as daylight. It never is. So you gotta keep an eye on it. See, it's starting to run. It moves slowly. It can creep on you, especially after you've got several coats on it. So at that point, you don't want to put much on. See, right there, you can see a line where it's a little heavy. And when it's heavy, you can tilt this thing down and use the sponge side that hasn't had any put on it. Use that to kind of pick it up a little bit. The clear really seals it, whereas with the stain, you were seeing it was just disappearing into the wood. Well, the clear will sit on top once you've got your first coat on there. This is really sealing it. And so for satin, this will be it. I won't go beyond the second coat. But if I were doing gloss and I really wanted that heavy gloss look, I could put several coats on it. But in a historic home, it's just not accurate to have high gloss stuff. Yeah, yes, if you watch it, as long as you pay attention to it and don't leave it alone for too long, you won't end up with anything like what I ended up with there. But nothing I can do about that. I could sand it, but I'll just cut around it. All right. I'm gonna do the next two. Again, that's Hellsman clear satin. And then I think this is it for this project for the day. Tomorrow we're gonna assemble the whole thing. Okay, we've got the firebox. This is going inside the fireplace, and I need to coat the inside. So I've got a couple ideas on what to do, but the first thing was, in talking to Tyrone, he's like, oh, I got some black stain. Now I'm going to eventually spray a finished paint on here that has a kind of stone look, but I didn't want to prime the bare wood. It's just too hard to get a heavy enough coat to hide everything, and I think I'm going to need to. So what I'm going to do is, first step is I'm just going to brush on this stuff. Let's see how dark it is. I mean, it's pretty dark. And since Tyrone wanted to get rid of it, he said he's never going to use it for anything. That's perfect. I got gloves on. See what it does. I got a thick brush. It's not a good brush, but I don't really care. Wow, that stuff's dark. Now I see why he's saying he's never going to use it for anything, because it doesn't even look like stain. It's like black paint. Wild. It even smells like black paint. That is wild. Yeah, I've used ebony brown, but never this stuff. Wow. If I wasn't worried about the paint sticking, I wouldn't even prime this. That is wild. Look at how black it is. Wow. I'll give you a close-up of that. You can see how black it really is, but you can kind of see it even from a distance. That is black. Wow. So I'm gonna do middle and that side, and then we'll be done. So I'll be done. Looks like this is gonna take me all about 15 minutes. This is a step I really thought was gonna take, an hour, but nope, not gonna take much time at all. So you've seen it, it's ebony stain. Let me show you a close-up of the can. Again, in case I forgot. In case you ever wanna stain wood black, look at that stuff. All right, we'll be back with next steps on this thing soon. Okay, here's the entire inside of the box. It didn't take long, about 15 minutes, 20 minutes to coat the whole thing. Crazy how dark that stuff is. Really, really black. So I think it's gonna work out perfect. Okay, this is the firebox, fully stained, fully dried, and now I'm going to do the next step, which is I'm going to spray textured Rust-Oleum to give it kind of a stone look. I have never used this stuff before. I assume it requires a lot of shaking, so I've shaken it up twice as much as I shake hammered, which is 100 shakes. I'm still shaking it because I don't know what this is going to do, because the nozzle, if you look close, is a little more open. So I don't know what we're going to get out of this. I hope it works. I hope 2 cans is enough. I don't know. It doesn't look very black, and it doesn't look very textured. Black. It's actually quite light. Does that look like that? And I've got black under it. That's really strange. Okay, well it does say hold can upright. So let's try here. Let's see if we get something that looks more appropriate. Oops, nope, don't stay that close. It doesn't look black at all. It's far too light for what we want to use it for. So weird. Already used up half a can as well. It's adding a bit of a texture, not that I really think it matters much at this point. I don't really know what I should even bother doing with this other can. I think maybe what I'll do is I'm just going to put a very light coat on the whole thing. I don't know how far that'll get me. I only shake this can up 100 shakes, so I'll do it some more. Regardless, when I'm done, I'm gonna have to spray black on top of it. I'm a little confused at what this stuff is actually supposed to be doing, but I guess it's adding a little texture. Okay. I don't know. I think all it did was give me some extra work. There's a little texture in there, but I could have done that with a salt shaker, I think. Now I gotta paint the whole thing black again. I do have one can of matte hammered black. I don't know how far it'll get me, but I'm gonna hit that next. All right, unfortunately, I don't have even a full can of this. I don't recall what I used this on. It's gonna take me a while. So maybe I'll get a somewhat stone look out of that. I don't know. For my matte mirror black. Let's see what else I got there. Some flat black would probably help, but you know, the funny thing is, it actually doesn't look all that bad. Doesn't look so much like wood anymore. All right. I don't have any flat black paint, but I do have this primer, which looks pretty flat black. And I'm gonna spray it up here first, just to see. I don't want any gloss. Yeah, this is working. Here at Florida Rustic Repairs, we'll put primer over paint. I'm holding the can kind of far away to avoid putting streaks or lines, because I don't want to have to heavily coat any of this stuff. Hopefully this will take any shine out. And I only need to worry about this 3 feet up, above here. Anything above that is hidden by the mantle. Distance. it looks like I meant it to look that way. The outer trim that goes behind the mantle is in, and the base or the pedestal trim is in. Now we just gotta cut corner moldings. When we do that, we'll be able to put the whole thing back together. All right, we're doing the first, well, not the first fit, but we got the notches cut into the firebox, so we're hoping this is the last time we have to lift this thing. We've even got the mirror in place. So let's give it a shot. Oh, it is heavier with the mirror. Okay, how much room you got over there? How many inches?
Inch and a half.
Okay, yeah, because I have virtually none.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I inch at the bottom?
Looks like you got a little more than I do on this side. So. Looks like the notching worked. We're technically in place, right?
Yeah. Technically.
How it looks. Oh boy, that's impressive. Now tell me that doesn't look like that's been there.
Wow, that's been there a while. That looks really, really good.
Yeah, the bricks will close it in a little bit. But
Oh, that was pretty good, huh?
yeah. Yeah. It's so funny that color really matches this
It
by
does.
accident. All right, so I guess we're cutting trim, and or you want to bolt this thing on first and
Let's
then
bolt it
cut
on because I might have to notch the trim, is what I'm worried about.
Okay.
But I'm just wondering if I did bolt this here.
If you bolted the bottom down first.
If I, yeah, if
and
I
then
did this
trim-
side,
okay,
yeah,
let's
maybe
try that. Let's try
try
that.
to tweak it over.
Yeah, if we put the bottom down first where it's on.
Yeah, and then we just see if we can't move the top over.
Yeah.
That's going to come back to me just a little bit. Right, that's good.
Can you check that side too?
That's good. So just under an inch. That's just under an inch. 16. Yeah, we can see. We can bolt that and see if we can't just tweak it. I mean, it's not going to go much, but enough.
Okay.
For the car, what's the worst thing we're going to do? The bolt?
Yeah.
Alright. Use your bolts. What's the bolts in?
I don't know if we want to use these. We want to use the caps, but these bolts are very big,
Okay.
and these holes are not really made for this. So
Let me
let's
see
get
what,
this.
let me just see what I got there.
So interesting, what we discovered is that our box doesn't go as far back as these. So we're gonna have to double them up. So the plan is to then do this. We're gonna double them up. It's about the only thing we can do. Either that or I just have to fill these holes, which is another option. But something we can address later.
Power! Well, let's see if we have more chance of falling pregnant. Oh yeah,
it moves a little bit.
yeah, we can get it.
Yep.
All right. Well,
So
I'm
you
good.
want to get a big pipe clamp or something?
Yeah, I do. We can just clamp it over.
Have you got those in the trailer?
No.
I have some. Okay, so to straighten it out, we did this unique dual clamp setup. I didn't have a pipe clamp long enough, but looks like
This is, yeah, it's good.
it does look good on that side. It looks a little crooked on the left side still. So let's take a happy medium here. And let's do that. Okay.
You want to hold it? You good?
Yeah, okay, I'll hold it. You want to put the hole in the other side?
You good?
Yep, I got it. Are we tight on the other side too?
Tight?
Like, is it flat?
Yeah.
Okay, how's it look?
I mean, it's acceptable. I think so old.
Well, do you think it should go a little more?
A little more if you can.
I don't feel much more than
All
that.
right, man. I think you're good. I think you're good there, Matthew. Honestly.
You're gonna have to put it over.
How's that hold?
You look low.
Okay, up a bit. Down.
Where your drill is looks low, center of the other hole. There you go. Go.
We didn't do anything. You should. All things organized first.
Yeah, this is the most crucial. Oh, thanks.
Oh, I know.
That's what I was wondering about. So flush. And now it is.
That's good.
How's it look now? Tight? Still looks good here.
No, it's. I mean, it's.
Why don't you put one in?
Yeah.
You can put one in the down, bottom or top, as long as the top bottom is flush to the slab.
You can jump down and take a look. All right, you take a look.
Yeah, I'm worried because it really wants to bounce off the wall.
Hold it.
Oh yeah, we're good. That looks great. It'll look less accurate once we put the trim up.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't even notice it then.
Well, no, because you will notice it. if there's a 1/4-inch gap at the bottom and an 1/8 at the top, it'll be much more pronounced once the trim's in. All right, you want to put a couple of these in?
Yeah.
Nice. Look at that. All right, call them in.
Wow, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's that powerful stance to it because of the platform. What do you think's gonna happen when we let that clamp go?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. The house is gonna come down. The roof is on fire.
It's a money pit, but it's not quite that bad.
No. No, nothing will happen.
Alright, so probably won't do that with those. I'll probably just fill those holes.
You can go ahead and take it down right now.
Yeah.
I'll hold this. I'll hold this. Wow, this thing looks really, really nice, Matt.
Don't you love it when a weirdo plan comes together?
A weirdo plan.
Man, loosening this thing.
Need a little bit of oil there.
Yeah.
Put an African and a Yankee together, you never know what the hell you might get.
It's coming slow. You see how often I use these wood clamps. Says lesson, always keep one giant wood clamp on hand. Never know when you might need it.
I got mine.
Yours are huge. Yours are
12
bigger than
feet,
these.
16 feet. But I only need them once in a while.
These big bolts, what do you think? Opinion. Think they look good?
I like them. They give a bit of a
A
an
bolt-on
age look. I mean,
The pirate look?
yeah, kind of that old goth kind of that old
Definitely
castle
Yeah.
castle kind of look. I mean, yeah, if you went with like just nice big wooden plugs, maybe they would be, you know, the wooden plugs that stick out.
This is my one allowance to not looking authentic, is these. Because there's no way that would have ever appeared
Yeah,
in the old house.
cross right.
All right, so let's talk about how we're gonna do this trim, because this is important. So this corner trim up here, down here it's just easy, it's straight. But up there, you have to do a dual 45.
6 times.
Yeah, because you've gotta make this piece and this piece merge with that piece. So we're gonna leave that to the expert because
You
I
guy that
could,
wears glasses, there you go.
I could do it.
4
I could
hours.
do it if I had 3 hours. Because that's tricky. That is a tricky cut.
Yeah, alright, well, there's no sense talking about it, we might as well go get it done.
Yep.
Right, so we're going to do one corner, 45. Aim is to hit that corner right there, right? So, now, with the one cut, so it's going that way, so now we're going to do it that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so
See, it's so easy when you put it on this board.
it's a little bit.
That's definitely the key there.
Yeah. I actually just thought about that this morning.
Oh yeah?
Because you know, you don't normally, I don't do a lot of this. And here's a tip: if you I mean, I've been doing this stuff for a fair amount of time, so I can sort of judge where the center is. But you can mark your center, and then you can do a sneak cut. So you do like a little bit at a time until you hit that mark.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I do it.
Instead of trying to hit it straight away, I put it upside down.
Okay,
and
so you're
then-
putting the point down.
Correct, and then I put the point on the finish. Don't force it, just drop it in there like lightly, and mark your top.
Oh, that's a good idea. That saves some time.
And then that'll be your cut. Even if you come up a 16th of an inch, you're not going to see it, right? So that's my mark right there. So we'll go ahead and cut that. And then we're going to cut this other end.
Yeah. What we want to do is we want to put the angle on this end of this to hide this.
Because someone put a run on the clear coat.
Someone, I don't know who that would be.
So it happens, it happens.
It was me. So we'll get the stripe pattern.
We'll cut it again. That's all right. I'm just marking it right now. We can turn it around after.
Okay.
Are you good there?
Yep.
All right. So you happy with this side here going down?
Yeah, this side I want in the front.
Okay. So we'll just turn it around. That's all. I'm just cutting the length right now. And you good right there?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So all the woodwork is done. What do you think?
These looks very nice.
Another crazy project that
Yeah.
you're out of frame totally.
Yeah.
Another crazy project that you know, you didn't quite know what I was looking at.
Well, vision is everything. If you can see it, you can build it, right?
But you were with me when we picked this thing up.
Yeah.
When we built the platform, we went in for the granite, which did save us a lot of time. And it's not 100% done. I've still got to do the inside here. I've got an outlet to do and a couple of small pieces of trim up there.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty much
Looks
as
like
good as
somebody
we
cut those miter cuts. Look like they knew what they were doing.
Looks like it was always here.
Yeah.
It's certainly impressive when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
And it's solid. It's not going anywhere. I mean, it's more solid than any of the walls in this house. So yeah, in a week or so.
Well, you always
I'll have
thought I
the
was
fireplace
there.
in.
That's for sure.
Huh?
You always think that I was there. Once you get a little bit of, I think a little bit of rope trim up there, I think they may just set it off.
Yeah.
Now you get your bricks in, put the fire.
Yeah.
Box in,
I gotta close this off a little bit. I've got bricks. They're only gonna come up to about here. So I make it a little pedestal brick to bring it, and then I need a cross beam. And then probably a fireplace screen, but I actually have a 1930s fake electric fireplace that I'm going to work on in another project for
You
this.
don't really need the heat, it's just the ambience.
It does blow heat. It will. It will if you're you know game enough to risk a 1930s electric heater.
Yeah.
But I'll be going through it to make sure it's
This is a
okay.
very nice piece, eh? This,
Yeah. Look at the carvings and all that.
This mantle.
Yeah.
It has a lot of age.
Yep. This is probably as old as the house or older.
Yeah.
Tough to say. But really adds a bit of class when you walk in.
And this corner trim worked out perfect on either side, right? So with it being
Yeah.
off and with that slight,
Yeah, it did.
the slight pull or push, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
it seemed to work. They tweaked it a little bit, but what you gonna
It
do?
literally, it's so close on the sides. It's like, it was all meant to be that way.
Yeah. You know, when you work on old houses, you're not supposed to use a level. You're supposed to just measure from the corner of the wall out. Whatever the wall says, then that's what you go with.
Yeah, well, that was my big concern here is you know, all the floors in this house are a little creaky. And so the fact that in this spot, we were able to get this thing to square up.
Mm.
Because this floor is not level. In fact, one of the
I mean,
reasons
the
why the grandfather clock has trouble is because the floor is tilted a little bit.
I mean, the boxes are square there.
Yeah. It'll look really good once I get
It
the
looks really
fireplace
nice.
screen and stuff in.
That bottom looks really, really good. And you know, most of the stuff is just 2x4 framing. So what's that, 2x4 framing and then Luan, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So Luan paneling, the top, bottom with a stain and a clear coat, urethane.
Yeah, you'd never know it. In fact, you know, the more you look at it, the more it looks like the mantle is just one giant box.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know that, it doesn't look like we bolted this antique mantle onto the box.
But the Luan, you know, you got to play with it when you buy Luan because it comes in different colors.
Right, right.
You know, if I had just put a clear coat on this, it would have matched the sides. But I went with a golden oak stain, which turned out just as good. It matched that more. It's definitely matched that a lot more than the sides.
Yeah. And you know, the striped pattern, you know, the striped grain in that corner trim actually works. I was worried about it when I was staining it. I was like, it's because it doesn't fit anything, but it does actually fit. The columns have the tiger oak. This is a heavy grain, kind of like what you got up in that top piece of trim. It's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Next time you're over, I'll probably have it finished.
Probably haven't finished. Have a couple of beers.
Yep,
Put a couple of beers. Put a bit more in there.
another big project completed.
All bought and paid for there, America. So.
Okay, that's it for part 2 of building a vintage look electric fireplace. And at this point, you know, you can really see how the plan is coming together, and we're both really excited about how great it's looking. There's more to do, and there will be a part 3 coming up soon. I still have to build the inside with the bricks, install the electric unit, and do trim work. But that'll be coming up probably in a few days to a week. I'll have that finished. So if you like this sort of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've hit 500 subscribers, so thank you all who have subscribed. Hopefully more of you are interested in this type of work. And, you know, as I always say, if you want to tackle something like this, you know, this is just basic carpentry work, some trim work, and, you know, what really made it, of course, look great was installing the antique mantle. So you can do this. Anybody can actually do this. So don't be intimidated. Just go out, get busy. Take care.